Hello, so today I'm making a video that is going to be how to crochet this cute little puppy jacket, and it's really quick and really easy. It's made in just 2 pieces, so yeah. So this part is me starting the foundation chain for the little triangular chest piece that goes on the bottom of the jacket where their arms are going to go. So the part that covers, like I said, their chest, their neck and all that, and then the other piece is going to be the back piece. My foundation chain is 14 because my dog is really teeny tiny, but depending on how big or small your dog is, you can add or decrease different pieces for this. And this is for the houndstooth pattern specifically, but you can also do it plain and just do it any old kind of way. And then I was rudely interrupted by Carlito, and he kicked my ring light off the thing. But it's okay. In a minute, he will move, and we will get back to the crochet. So after Charles finally decided to move out of the way, I finally got back to the pattern, and it just alternates. But in the beginning here, you see me doing a half double crochet. This is just kind of to get a more cleaner looking end, but my pattern alternates between double crochet and single crochet because that's how I like to do the houndstooth pattern. And this is just kind of something I made up. It's not really anything I got off of anywhere, but yeah, so it just alternates, and you can see me here doing one double crochet, then one single crochet. And when you switch colors, you're going to do a double crochet on top of a single crochet and a single crochet on top of a double crochet. Now, you might make some mistakes. That's okay. It's not really noticeable. In mine, I made some mistakes, but I couldn't be bothered to take it out and go back, so it's okay if you forget or if you do two of the same, because it'll still look decent, because that's the point. It alternates, so it'll be all right. So you can't really see the beginning, but all I did was attach the color. And this is just me adding the darker green on top of the lighter green. So as you can see, I'm alternating. So I'm doing a single crochet, double crochet, kind of like I said in the first piece. And I realized I was too high up, so I moved it down. Then a single crochet on top of a double crochet, and you just keep continuing this along for 4 rounds, because then you're gonna decrease so you can kind of get that triangular pattern going. And it's really hard to see in here, but once you see it as a triangle, it'll make sense. But yeah, so just keep alternating. And like I said, 4 or 5 rows. Of course, if you have a bigger dog, you're gonna need to do more, and if you have a smaller dog, you can do less. But yeah, like I said, this pattern is really just about the alternating. So what you'll see in this is me just finishing off with the dark green and then showing how I re-add the light green. And you can leave them attached and just weave it along if you want to, but I don't really like to do that because I feel like it makes the yarn all clumpy, so I would rather just cut it off and keep re-adding it. But that's just the way I like to do it, but you can add the colors and change them whichever way you want to do it. But this is just the way I do it, and I'm just showing how I continue alternating for the houndstooth pattern. And right now it doesn't really look like it's a houndstooth pattern, but it'll start to get there once you start alternating your rows, and it will start to look like the little H's that it's supposed to have. So what I'm doing in this section is just showing how I decrease. So all I do is half double crochet the first 2 together and then continue normally with my pattern of 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet, and then when you get to the last 2 stitches you are going to decrease again, and the rest of the triangle is decrease rows. So for the rest of this you're going to keep decreasing up until you have just 2 stitches left, and then you're going to half double crochet those 2 together when you get to the end of your triangle. So that's all I'm doing here, and it's pretty simple, but yeah, the rest of the triangle is just decreased rows. Now what I'm doing in this section is just adding a border because I feel like it makes it look cleaner, and when you are sewing the pieces together at the end, it'll make your sewing stitches look more invisible. So I'm just using the darker green to create a border. You can do this if you want, you don't have to, but I just like to do this. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing in this section, is just creating a border by doing single crochets all the way around, half double crochets all the way around the triangle. Now this next section is me showing the back piece, and a piece of it got deleted, so me starting the back piece, I don't know where that is, but basically all you're gonna do is chain 31 stitches. That's how many I chained for my dog because he's a tiny little dog, and you are gonna keep crocheting straight all the way until you reach the length of their back, so basically to where their tail starts. I did 28 rows because while my dog is teeny tiny, he's very long. But once you get to the 28th row for me, but what would be 24 or something like that for a shorter dog, you are going to decrease again for 4 rows, just so it's like a little circle shape at the bottom around their back, and you can kind of see that here. But yeah, like I said, the back piece is really simple. You just chain the length that goes around kind of their midsection and their back. So basically you want it to start to end at the top of their shoulders, but not be too long that it's falling over them, because you need to be able to attach the triangle piece. And yeah, so that's all we're really doing. And then at the end, you are just decreasing to kind of curve it out and make it straight. And again, at the end, you can also add a border just so it looks cleaner. And yeah. In this ending section, you can kind of see what I mean by curving out the border or curving it out at the end, but basically that's how you want it to look. And you're going to attach the triangle to the top, which would be the straight section, not the curved section. The curved section is the bottom, that's where their butt goes. And this top section, you're going to attach the pointy piece of the triangle and then the other pieces, so it kind of creates little armholes for them. So basically the straight square section at the top, that is where their head is going to go, and that is where you're going to start sewing at. And it'll make sense, like this is how I sewed it. And this is me sewing the other piece, and I actually sewed it wrong, so I ended up undoing this and redoing it. But you just want to make sure it lines up so the pieces are even for their arms. But yeah, this is you kind of creating the little neck hole. So kind of what I'm showing here is me finishing it. This is after I fixed it. And this section is me creating a little border, kind of like a little collar, like I said, kind of like a little turtleneck thing. And all I'm doing is just reattaching the yarn and doing half double crochets. I think I did about 4 rows just to kind of add a little bit of extra neck protection. You don't have to do this because once you sew the neck piece to the back piece, your sweater is essentially done. So yeah, this was just a quick and little easy video on how I do my puppy sweaters. They're fun for me, they're really fast to make, and yeah, so I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.